Good afternoon. This is a great day to be alive. Be alive and to be yourself and to be you. It's a great day to be alive and to be yourself and to be you. And that is something that people, or a lot of people, have been having trouble with for a long time, is to be authentic or to authenticate themselves. Don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid to be what God created you to be. And I've been hearing this word, authenticity, authentic, woke, being you and not being run over. Yeah, I definitely been hearing that a lot lately. And it's very important to be you. You're only created to be yourself, and no one can do you or be you better than you. And what I want to just kind of say real quick and discuss real fast is that authenticity has never died. It never dies. Every trend or every century or half a century, authenticity never goes anywhere. It's just really hidden. It's hidden under all of this trash and things that's going on. So it never dies. It's always here. But, and this is what I want you to know, is it's authentic. To be authentic is to be your God-given self, is to be yourself, know who you are, learning your likes, knowing your dislikes. But so many people have gotten captivated with what someone else is doing, which causes him or her to be distracted from their God-given talent. And so many people will die. So many people will die and leave this world without tapping into who they're supposed to be and who they're called to be. You're afraid to give yourself validation because your friends are doing this or people you know are doing this, and the people that are doing all of the stuff are really not going anywhere. They're just following a trend. And the master teacher Jesus said it best in Matthew 7:13. And I'm a bit paraphrasing a bit, because he said, enter in the narrow way or the narrow gate, because wide is the gate, broad is the way, and that leadeth to destruction. Everybody will be there. Everybody will be working in this capacity. Everybody is wearing the name brand clothing. Nobody really is putting out their own brands. It's becoming better now, more apparent now. But a lot of people, growing up, I saw people was hiding behind the name brands at the time, or the type of the best jeans, the best sneakers, or the best, dress shoes. You doing what everybody else is doing, but afraid to not have so much the best clothing on, or afraid to go to school, or be around a lot of different people because you were too afraid to validate yourself and to just be who God has called you to be. I need you to know, people, that you are enough. Your life isn't enough. You have an expected end and a destination to get to, and you can't get to where you need to go while trying to follow what everybody else is doing. You will never have what you need if you're constantly following up behind everyone. Your authenticity needs to ring out. Your authenticity and who you are needs to ring out. And the problem is, a lot of us are allowing ourselves to misvalidate us because we don't look like this person, or my body is not fit like this man, or my dress doesn't fit like this woman, or my bank account is not sitting right like the other individual. Listen, I want you to understand that you matter. Authenticity never goes anywhere. A lot of time people are just too afraid to come out of the box because of the judgment, and not having the strength to understand that you are made in the image of a being that created all things. And so if you are not tapping into who you are, you're slapping the one that created you in the face. You are not giving yourself the chance, and you will die and you will leave this world not tapping in who you really are. It's time to rise up. It's time to rise up and give yourself credit. It's time to rise up to wear your own brand. It's time to rise up to work hard for your own last name, to create a legacy for you and your family. So learn how to be you. Put yourself in a position to where that, you're uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable. If you are a salesperson or you want to create your business in sales, you can't do it in a comfortable place. You can't do it not making the phone calls. You got to be in a place to know that you are worthy of what life has to offer. Authenticity never dies. It never goes anywhere. It's always here. It's always present. But we choose to go down the gate that leads to destruction. Look at all these challenges that's going on. The crate challenge or other challenges that are not bringing anything positive. All this frivolous stuff that's going on. Yes, it's fun for some people, but at the end of the day, what is it doing for your life? What is it doing to make you better? What is it doing to lift you up? What is it doing to lift your neighbor up? I want to pose a challenge. How many books can you read within 30 days? How many books can you position yourself to read that would help your business? How much money can you earn for your business within the next 12 months? Have the real you, have the real person. The real person, have he or she been exploited yet? Have the real person of your caliber shown up yet? If they haven't, then you are still riding on that wide gate and broad way. And you know what? That wide gate and broad way is going to lead to destruction because you're not disciplining yourself enough to go down the narrow way. The narrow way might not be as popular. It might not be as strong in your presence, but you understand when you're going down that way of discipline, hard work, focus, sacrificing, you know what? Once you go through that way, you've trimmed off all the dead weight that can easily beset you and keep you from going forward. It makes you the man or the woman that you were intended to be. We're here only for a temporary time to keep a program going and to create life, to experience it, push our life, create a mark here and a signature to let people know that we were in existence. Listen, the Martin Luther Kings are no longer here. The Malcolm X's are not here. The George Washingtons, the Lincolns, the Thomas Edisons, the Marcus Garveys. Now, where are they at now? The same spirit of those individuals are still floating. They're still here. But they said that God is a spirit and needs a body to dwell in. So what willing vessel and soul will occupy those spirits that are looking for people to really dive in and be headstrong again? How long are you going to keep going on the wide way of life? Take the narrow way to become more authentic. Take the narrow way to be the person that you're supposed to be. Take the narrow way to be stronger. Take the narrow way to be powerful. Take the narrow way, man, to acquire the money that you want, to acquire the lifestyle that you want to live. It's not going to come while you're begging. It's not going to come even while you're trying to pursue someone else's dream. What about your own dream? Don't leave this earth. Don't leave this world. Don't leave this place without positioning yourself to tap into who you really are. So I need you to understand that authenticity has never went anywhere. Has never died. It's just, for some reason, always remained hidden. So uncover it. Uncover your authenticity. Uncover you. Can the real man or woman please stand up? Could you please stand up? Stand up. Be accounted for. Stand up and be the leader you were called to be. Stand up. Be the father that you're supposed to be. Stand up. Be the mother that you were called to be. Stand up. Be your brother's keeper. Stand up. Be your sister's keeper. It is your point of life now, where there's so much going on. Pandemics, diseases, wars, rumors of wars, bombs, planes coming down. Everything that been predicted from biblical days is happening. So can you afford to leave this world one day without really knowing who you are? Can you? I want to know that. Hey, reach out to me. Talk to me. I'm here. This is K-Rev. You can DM me on social media. Facebook, I'm there. Kerry Rivers, I'm with the orange sweater. You can reach out to me on Instagram, K Rivers 3rd. You can reach out to us on Read Standard Mag. That's on Instagram. That is on Twitter and also on Facebook. You can reach out to us. But what I am desiring, and as I will that you prosper, that as your soul prospers, I want to see you prosper. But you can't prosper to the fullness of who you're supposed to be if you constantly allow yourself to be covered and your light being hidden. You are a city that sits on a hill that should not be hidden. You should not be covered. You should not be clothed in. You've been given your own individuality. You've been given your strength. You've been given the mindset to do what's necessary that you've been called to do. The teacher, the doctor, the leader, the midwife or the intercessor, whoever you were called to be. If you're constantly allowing your light to be hidden, you're constantly allowing your light to be hidden and no one knows you, then you're going to do yourself a disjustice and die without knowing who you really are. Your authenticity is there. You're there. You're there. It is in there. You have to come out from among them and you have to position yourself to be who you're supposed to be in life. It matters. Some people say it matters not. It does matter. It matters. What you decide today will be someone else's benefit tomorrow. It will also be your own benefit. So make a decision. Where you are today collectively is decisions you made yesterday and last week. So what are you deciding today for your future to look like in the next 10 years? I am K-Rev. I am K-Rev, and I'm here to tell you, with your authentic self, get up. God can't use anybody sitting down. You can't be utilized sitting down. You can't be utilized sitting down. Your mindset becomes idle when you're watching someone else move. And I'm here to tell you that you are enough. Your mind is enough. What you've been given is enough. Listen, Paul discusses in the Bible that every man has been given the same measure of faith. If he's been given the same measure of faith, then I'm going to take it a bit more relative. Everyone has the same amount of time in a day. Everybody breathes the same oxygen and blow out the same carbon monoxide. Our cars may be different, but if you got a car, you have a car. My bike may be different than yours, but you have a bike you can transport. We may be different colors and shades, but if you have two working arms, two working hands, you have two working eyes, a nose, a mouth, and two ears that you can hear from, then you are capable of actually succeeding in the mechanisms that you desire to seek in and succeed in. I am calling forth your authentic self. Today, I am calling forth your authentic self. I'm calling you to come up. I'm calling you and making you responsible for your authenticity to come out. It is on you today to get up. Did the man that Jesus asked, did you want to be healed? He was at the pool of Bethesda, always trying to get into the move of water, trying to find himself. I want you to think about this, and I'm ending this. That man at that pool, the first thing Jesus asked him, do you want to be healed? The first thing out of this man's mouth was an excuse. No one is here to help me. How many people in society right now is screaming that same thing? Your seed, what you've been given inside of you, is relative for you to get up. See, and I want you to know this, and I'm gone, that man, Jesus didn't even touch the man. He didn't say it. He didn't even come down to where he was. If that man wanted healing, he had to bring himself up. He had to make up in his own mind that I'm going to get up. I'm going to get up. 30 some odd years, this man sat there waiting on somebody until he made up his own mind. How long are you going to allow your authenticity or your authentic self to suffer because you're too afraid to validate yourself? Listen, I'm K-Rev and I love you. Listen, I'm calling forth your authentic self. Authenticity has never died. It's only been hidden behind you not making up your mind to come forth. Peace out.